Open your mind.
Meet Padbot T2, the AI companion robot for kids, powered by ChatGPT.
Hey, Melody. What's up?
Just chilling. How about you?
Turn me off now. You'll always wonder, was it real? You can pretend I was just code.
AI around your neck. A Bay Area company has a pendant that you wear on your neck that offers you encouragement throughout your day. The pendant is called Friend.
Dating and an AI robot look like?
We treat our relationship as a long-distance digital relationship.
Imagine a world where the act of pregnancy is no longer a human experience, but a technological one. A world where babies are grown in a sterile, artificial womb inside a machine.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.
Hey out there, this is Buzz with TheSurvivalBuzz. You know, a lot of people watching my videos might get misconstrued that I'm just completely against technology. And that's not the case at all. Technology can be a great thing. There's lots of great advancements out there. It's simply the advancement of making technology to replace human beings is what I have a problem with. Honestly, it's the kids that I feel the worst for. You know, me and a lot of you grew up in a world without all of this crap. And for the most part, my kids, my girls, have grown up in a world without it as well, as far as AI and robotics and all that shit goes. But, I mean, if I ever have grandkids, which I hope I eventually do, I don't know what that world's going to look like, honestly, with as fast as things are moving. But I feel horrible for these kids. Even now, you know, relationships and things are different than when I was a kid. Even though we had computers, I was born in the 80s, so the beginnings of it and stuff. We still knew how to go outside and have fun and play and make friendships and real life friendships before social media and things like that. Now, I mean, that's pretty much how kids interact and things, is on social media. A few weeks ago, my daughter, she actually broke down crying to her mom about how she didn't have any friends and things. And I feel horrible for her, man. That's just, the world we're living in right now is odd. It's different. And even when you can get kids together in the real physical world, you know, most of the time they're just staring at their phone anyways. But I look around at the way technology is advancing, especially with relationships and things. You know, several years ago, hell, I think it's been probably a decade ago, there was that movie that came out with Joaquin Phoenix called Her, I believe. And at the time, me and my wife, we watched it and cracked up. We thought it was hilarious how, you know, it's basically the premise of it, if you haven't seen it, is, you know, there's an operating system that comes out and everybody gets it on their phone. It's basically AI before we really knew much about AI, so it was far-fetched at the time. But basically an operating system that come out, and he fell in love with it. It's the most hilarious thing ever at the time, but now in hindsight, looking back, you know, now the way things are, it's not so far-fetched. I mean, we're seeing that already, people falling in love with their phones. There's even churches popping up of people worshiping AI and things, you know, AI preachers, things like that. But the whole human experience is changing so rapidly, it's insane. And like I said, my grandchildren and beyond that, I can't imagine the world that they're going to grow up in and the relationships that they're doomed to have. But if you're like me and you believe like I do, we are the resistance. We have to fight this crap at every avenue, every chance we get. And even simple things like Grok, ChatGPT, stuff like that, you know, it seems great and all, and I'm sure it has a lot of advantages, but even that stuff I refuse to use, because I don't want to help advance all of this, man. I don't want the human element to be replaced by robots and AI. And as you can see, that's where we're headed, man. Children's best friends being robots, you know, men and women having relationships with robots and AI. You know, right now it's rather amusing. Maybe for some people it's real, but you know, falling in love with their AI, their chat GPT, whatever on their phone is one thing, but you know, eventually all of that's going to have an actual physical form. It's going to have an actual physical form. What that looks like, whether it be a robot or somebody that, you know, a being that looks absolutely human, you know, where we're headed there. It's a scary place that we're headed. But they're basically trying to take the human element out of life. They're trying to take away God's creation. And we are God's creation. They're trying to play God and create this false reality, this false human being, something to replace us. And man, I fear for our future and our children's future, and I don't understand people that are all in and all on board for this stuff. You know, the World ID thing that I did a video on like over a year ago, I think it was. You know, at the time there was only, you know, 10, 20,000 people or something that signed up. It wasn't much, but now it's an insane number. I think last time I looked, like 60 million people or something signed on for this. So it's a growing thing, and it's going to continue growing, man. And we have to fight this at every cost. I mean, I know that's just my opinion, but man, as fast as things are rolling, you know, if you're so blind that you can't see that all of this is to take away the human element as well as a form of control. I mean, once digital currency takes off, you know, there's drones flying around, robots learning our every move. We're in for hard times. Right now is the time to be stocking up and prepping up, and most of all, most important, working on yourself and getting close to God, the Creator. Getting close with nature, man. Get off that screen, man. Get off this screen. Get out there and experience life. I don't know if you can hear that, man. The world is an amazing place. God's creation is amazing. And sometimes we need to stop, get off all the devices, and look around at God's amazement. God bless you all and your families. Catch you on the flip side. Later.